Okay, number 3. Peter, what is your view concerning Hugo Chavez and the proposition of getting him to join the movement? I'm afraid he could be mistaken as the leader of the movement. He might do whatever he wants, undermine our actual goals, or discredit us, and since the movement is anti-military, anti-ruling class, it seems like a contradictory proposition and antithetical to grassroots activism. Well, first of all, I think that's a pretty dramatic declaration of Mr. Chavez. Like all leaders that exist today, they have to go through and do unethical things. That is the only way they can possibly get into positions of power. Chavez, I think, has done a lot of tremendously good things. I think there are also suspect things, but I don't know enough about the politics of Venezuela to be able to put that into perspective. I think he's much more concerned with the people than many, many other leaders are, and I have a great deal of respect for him on that level. He certainly is a very good critic of the United States policy, and I believe his general social interests are for the well-being of his country. As far as his involvement, well, you have to understand what a radical combination that would be. Remember what we're trying to do in the removal of the political structure into a structure that actually works. Remember what we're trying to do holistically with all the material that we put out. To say Chavez would just immediately agree to all that, I think, is very unrealistic. The approach that I would have to a leader like Chavez is say, look, we have sustainable ideas that we think that your country would benefit from, and then start them on the path of an absolute sustainable city where they don't have to worry about imports, to get them self-contained. And then hopefully the efficiency would rise and the use of their resources would come to a point where they wouldn't need money. Chavez or some leader could say, you know what, we're just going to allocate resources. We're not going to worry about budgets anymore. I think that's a brilliant hope. I think that's a hope that we can see maybe happening when a country wants to move forward with true change, where they say, you know what, we're just going to go with the resources. We're going to use what we have, not think about it in terms of trade and money. That is really the foundation of the Venus Project and the Zeitgeist Movement. We want to have respect for the actual resources and not money. Chavez is stuck in a political paradigm that might not lend to that anytime soon. I would be happy to get Jacques to meet with Chavez. I think that there would be great commonalities and parallel values, perhaps, but he's still stuck in a world of money and resource management through trade and all of the general detriments we deal with. So I have to keep that up in the air. I don't, your other assumptions in this question, I think, are a little misguided. You have to be a little more open to stuff like that and realize the position that these people are in.